Good morning and happy Sunday. We are going to continue our reading through the Bible. We are on Deuteronomy 25. So I'm going to go ahead and probably get about 15 minutes in before I have to get out of here. So I just want to thank you all for joining. If you haven't already, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Do all the things so you're notified every time I upload a new video. If you haven't already, check out the playlist of all the other reading through the Bibles that I've done. I have gone from Genesis up till until Deuteronomy, now that we're in Deuteronomy 25. So go ahead and check that out if you want to catch up. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now, two people have a disagreement and they enter into litigation, and their case is decided with the judges declaring one person legally right and the other legally liable. If the guilty party is to be beaten, the presiding judge will have that person lie down and be punished in his presence. The number of blows in measure with the guilt determined. Give no more than 40 blows. If more than that is given, your fellow Israelite would be completely disgraced in your eyes. Don't muzzle an ox while it is threshing grain. If brothers live together and one of them dies without having a son, the dead man's wife must not go outside the family and marry a stranger. Instead, her brother-in-law should go to her and take her as his wife. He will then consummate the marriage according to the brother-in-law's duty. The brother-in-law will name the oldest male son that she bears after his dead brother, so that his brother's legacy will not be forgotten in Israel. If the brother does not want to marry his sister-in-law, she can go to the elders at the city gate, informing them, "My brother-in-law refuses to continue his brother's legacy in Israel. He is not willing to perform the brother-in-law's duty with me." The city's elders will summon him and talk to him about this. If he doesn't budge, insisting, "I don't want to marry her," then the sister-in-law will approach him while the elders watch. She will pull the sandal off his foot and spit in his face. Then she will exclaim, "That's what's done to any man who won't build up his brother's family." Subsequently, that man's family will be known throughout Israel as the house of the removed sandal. If two men are fighting with each other, a man and his fellow Israelite, and the wife of one of them gets into the fight, trying to save her husband from his attacker, and does so by reaching out and grabbing his genitals, she must cut off her hand. Show no mercy. Don't have two different types of money weights in your bag, a heavy one and a light one. Don't have two different types of ephahs in your house, a large one and a small one. Instead, you must have only one weight, complete and correct, and only one ephah, also complete and correct, so that your life might be long in the fertile land the Lord God is giving you. What's more, all who do such things, all who do business dishonestly, are detestable to the Lord your God. Remember, after all, what Amalek did to you on your departure from Egypt, how he met up with you on the way, striking from behind those who were lagging back because you were weak and tired, and because he didn't fear God. So once the Lord your God gives you relief from all the enemies that surround you in the land the Lord your God is giving you as an inheritance to possess, you must wipe out wipe out Amalek's memory from under the heavens. Don't forget this. Once you have entered the land the Lord your God is giving you as an inheritance, and you take possession of it and are settled there, take some of the early produce of the fertile ground that you have harvested from the land the Lord your God is giving you, and put it in a basket. Then go to the location the Lord your God selects for his name to reside. Go to the priest who is in office at the time and say to him, "I am declaring right now before the Lord my God that I have indeed arrived in the land the Lord swore to our ancestors to give us." The priest will then take the basket from you and place it before the Lord your God's altar. Then you should solemnly state before the Lord your God, my father was a starving Aramean. He went down to Egypt, living as an immigrant there with a few family members. But that is where he became a great nation, mighty and numerous. The Egyptians treated us terribly, oppressing us and forcing hard labor on us. So we cried out for help to the Lord, our ancestors' God. The Lord heard our call. God saw our misery, our trouble, and our oppression. The Lord brought us out of Egypt with a strong hand and outstretched arm, with awesome power, and with signs and wonders. He brought us to the place and gave us this land, a land full of milk and honey. So now I am bringing the early produce of the fertile ground that you, Lord, have given me. Set the produce before the Lord your God, bowing down before the Lord your God. Then celebrate all the good things the Lord your God has done for you and your family, each one of you along with the Levites and the immigrants who are among you. When you have finished paying the entire 10th part of your produce on the 3rd year, that is the year for paying the 10th part, you will give it to the Levites, the immigrants, the orphans, and the widows so they can eat in your cities until they are full. Then announce before the Lord your God, I have removed the holy portion from my house, and I have given it to the Levites, the immigrants, the orphans, and the widows, in full compliance with your entire commandment that you commanded me. I haven't broken your commandments. I haven't forgotten one. I haven't eaten from the holy portion while mourning, nor did I remove it while I was polluted, nor have I dedicated any of it to the dead. I've obeyed the Lord my God's voice. I've done everything just as you commanded me. Please look down from your holy home, from heaven itself, and bless your people Israel and the fertile land that you have given us, a land full of milk and honey, just like you promised our ancestors. This very moment, the Lord your God is commanding you to keep these regulations and case laws. So keep them and do them with all your mind and with your entire being. Today you have affirmed that the Lord will be your God and that you will walk in his ways and follow his regulations, his commandments, and his case laws, and that you will obey his voice. Today the Lord has gotten your agreement that you will be his treasured people, just like he promised, by keeping his commandments, in order to set you high above all the other nations that he made in praise, fame, and honor, and so that you are a people holy to the Lord your God, just as he said you would be. Then Moses and Israel's elders commanded the people, keep all of the commandment that I am giving you right now. The same day, excuse me, the same day you cross the Jordan River to enter the land your God is giving you, set up large stones and cover them with plaster. Once you have crossed over, write on the stones all the words of this instruction, because you will have entered the land the Lord your God is giving you, a land full of milk and honey, exactly as the Lord your ancestors' God promised you. Once you have crossed over the Jordan River, set up these stones that I'm telling you about right now on Mount Ebal. Cover them with plaster and build an altar there for the Lord your God, an altar of stones that haven't been cut with iron tools. You must build the Lord your God's altar with uncut stones. Then offer up that altar entirely wait. Then offer up on that altar entirely burnt sacrifices to the Lord your God. Offer up well-being sacrifices and eat them there, celebrating in the Lord your God's presence. Make sure to write all the words of this instruction on the stones plainly and clearly. Then Moses and the Levitical priests said to all Israel, quiet down and listen, Israel. This very moment you have become the people of the Lord your God. So obey the Lord your God's voice. Do his commandments and his regulations that I'm giving you right now. The same day Moses commanded the people, once you have crossed over the Jordan River, The following tribes will stand on Mount Gerizim to bless the people: Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Joseph, and Benjamin. And these are the tribes that will stand on Mount Ebal for the cursing: Reuben, Gad, Asher, Zebulun, Dan, and Naphtali. The Levites will address every individual Israelite with a loud voice. Cursed is anyone who makes an idol or an image, things detestable to the Lord, made by artisans, and sets it up secretly. All the people will reply, "We agree." Cursed is anyone who belittles their father or mother. All the people will reply, "We agree." Cursed is anyone who tampers with their neighbor's property lines. All the people will reply, "We agree." Cursed is anyone who misleads a blind person on a road. All the people will reply, "We agree." Cursed is anyone who obstructs the legal rights of immigrants, orphans, or widows. All the people will reply, "We agree." Cursed is anyone who has sex with his father's wife because that exposes his father's private matters. All the people will reply, "We agree." Cursed is anyone who has sex with any kind of animal. All the people will reply, "We agree." Cursed is anyone who has sex with his sister, whether his father's daughter or his mother's daughter. All the people will reply, "We agree." Cursed is anyone who has sex with his mother-in-law. All the people will reply, "We agree." Cursed is anyone who kills his neighbor in secret. All the people will reply, "We agree." Cursed is anyone who accepts money to kill an innocent person. All the people will reply, "We agree." Cursed is anyone who doesn't support the words of this instruction by carrying them out. All the people will reply, "We agree." And I think I'm going to have to stop there because this next chapter is really long. So we are on Deuteronomy 28 when I come back. I hope that you all have an amazingly blessed day. And I pray that God keeps you and protects you. And that is it for today. And until next time, guys, be blessed and be the reason someone smiles. Bye.